top 3 prospects in the game right now would be Boots, Xander, and Keyshawn.
My dog, Jermell Charlo, the future undisputed champion of the motherfucking world.
Passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to the Totally Blitzed podcast, Fight Club edition. And before we get into the action, please go down, hit the like and subscribe button. And if you aren't watching this on YouTube and you're listening to the podcast, please give us a like and follow on there as well. And of course, let's get into it. These are your hosts for the episode. I'm Paul, Pick and Win 'em Conscious, Sport Encyclopedia, and Drunk Gambler. And I'm joined with...
Hey, man, you already know it's that boy, Lil KK, a.k.a. the Dom Kiwai, a.k.a. the motherfucker that be smoking that good dope and talking good fading at the same damn time.
Yes, sir, man. What's up, y'all boys? It's PT. You already know what it is, man.
That boy PT got some drinks in him right now.
Yeah, man. You feeling good? The big lightning, man. I'm just hoping for an overtime win right now.
Yeah, but we got the go win or go home. So shit, all lines on the line.
Game 7.
Is Game 7 they doing that?
No,
it's Game 6. They're trying to force a Game 7.
Oh,
yeah, backs against the wall right now.
Oh, man.
But speaking of backs against the wall, we got a fucking banger of a fight this weekend brought to you by Showtime. It is Charlo versus Brian Castano 2, the rematch. And as the co-main event, I didn't know much about this dog until that boy Marcus told me to go look into him. You got Jaron, Boots, Ennis versus Custio, Clayton. Some fucking knockout artists right there. So this is gonna be a great card, guys. Which one y'all want to start on first? Y'all want to go Boots? Y'all want to put Boots on the ground?
Yeah, I guess we gotta go Boots.
We gotta go Boots on the ground, boy.
Boots up.
Boots on the ground, man.
Hey,
I was saying before, like I would probably say the top 3 prospects in the game right now would be Boots, Xander, and Keyshawn. But Boots right now, bro, I feel like he's the closest to that. Like he should already probably had a belt. Like he has like 20-something fights, and man, like you could see it in his. What happened?
Didn't he get like 26 fights since like 2016 or something crazy like that?
I don't know. I
wouldn't bet against it.
Yeah, right. I don't know that first. I'm sure though, for real, bro. But he's just a dog, bro, and he's a switch fighter. He can fight from the Southpaw, can fight from the Orthodox. Dude's different, bro. You can see it in his game too, man. He's just nice, bro. He's like a Terrence Crawford. He's just so smooth with it too. He'll use it in a round too. Like he'll switch in the middle of a round. So like he's different, man. I like him a lot, bro.
Yeah, he claims that he will be in the pound for pound conversation and he will be undisputed in 3 divisions. And he knows he has to go through Crawford or Spence to get what he wants.
Yeah.
The boys cooking over there. What's it?
This is 147.
Yeah, Boost is at 147.
Oh my god!
But he's a big boy though. He can definitely go up easily.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be a 160 probably by the time he retired. Like he'll be able to go up a couple weights. He's big.
Well, no slouch on the other side. You got 19-0 with 1 draw. Clayton. Custio's Clayton. KO artist in his own right. He drops bombs for hands. He uses his jab very well to keep the distance, to find the range for those heavy shots. He's dominated former interim super lightweight champ Johan Perez. He has 1 notable win already. Boots claims people are afraid to fight him at 147, and this Canadian KO artist is like he said, bring it, bro, bring it, bitch.
Nah, he's definitely a decent little veteran for real, especially a good little matchup for Boots. Have him go up against like someone that's a veteran, been in the game, he got experience, so it's gonna be a good little test for Boots. I wouldn't say he's no bum, so Definitely a step up in competition.
Yeah, he does. They do share one common opponent, former lightweight champion Sergey Lipinets.
Lipinets, yeah.
Yeah, that boy Clayton, he got the majority draw. That's the one draw. But if you ask anyone who watched that fight, apparently Clayton looked like he won that fight. It was very controversial at the time with the draw.
Right.
Whereas on the other hand, that boy Boots 6 rounds. It only took 6 rounds to get that boy out of there, and he dropped
clean.
him twice. Dropped his ass twice. That was a dominating win. That was nasty. That was the first thing I saw. I kept seeing it pop up when I kept Googling his name, and I was like, fuck it. Let me watch this real quick.
It was a quick one, too.
Yeah. Hey, Boots is different. Like, I mean, Keyshawn's close to it, but Boots is really like, he has his athletic gift from God. Like, he could have been a safety in the NFL. Like, he could, he's like big, like, that man is a fucking.
He's very, he's a very athletic, and like if you ever go, when I first seen him was like on like the Showtime special they be doing, and it was like him in his training camp, and like his dad's part of his training camp, and like dude's really an athlete, bro, and like his family is all boxed before too, like his brothers and stuff, so he's really deep in the game, bro, but. I feel like he's the closest. Like his tools right now, he's champ. Like he could go get a belt right now. The unfortunate part is the 147 divisions might be the best division in boxing. You got two heavy big dogs in that division holding the belts right now. So but this is a title eliminator, I think, for the IBF, which
it is.
Errol Spence is holding right now. So that's gonna be interesting how that plays out.
Well, shit, we haven't even talked about that boy. That boy uses one of the best Philly shoulder roll fighters in the game right now.
Bro, he gives me Roy Jones. He's like a Roy Jones Jr. Like the way he can fight and
that lethal counter punch that he sets up with the Philly roll. Like he'd be okay with you throwing something and wow, you're out of there.
Man. Yeah, man. His style is awesome, bro. I love the way I don't know, bro. He like Roy Jones for real.
What's up, Kev?
I ain't seen no film on him. I didn't know he had a nice little Philly roll. Okay,
a nice shoulder roll. He's good with like some slip counters. Some that boy, and with his like lethal power when he does the slip counter, he makes some of the nastiest like them shits land whenever he counters that shit. But I don't know, like he does have some flaws. Like his inside game is lacking. A lot of his shit is from the outside. He does have a good jab, but a lot of the fighters that he fights are smaller than him because he is this massive beast. Like he fights people like 4 inches shorter than him like, pretty commonly.
Yeah, he's naturally a bigger fighter most of the time.
And those shorter fighters seem to be able to get on the inside, and that's where they land most of their shots and their most effective shots. And that's where I think he might have to be careful because Clayton, being a counter puncher and KO artist in his own right, those heavy, like he might land something heavy because Ennis, Boots shows to be like he likes to put his hands down whenever he gets out of whatever he throws something. Sometimes
Roy Jones and him.
He's his own worst enemy sometimes though. Like he is everything we're saying. He's gonna probably pound for pound will be great, but I told Marcus before we started recording, there's some things I want to see out of him from this fight, and one of them is just stop being your own worst enemy, bro. Like he'll throw a wild shot from fucking way too far out and overexpose himself. He'll throw a jab and land flat-footed and like completely overextend himself and easy counter punches. Like if he does that against this KO counter puncher in his own right, we might see some deep waters here.
Yeah, man. Like I would, and also like after this fight, I would want to see him answer a few questions and maybe like another step up in competition, go maybe fight like another former world champion, like a Keith Thurman would be a good little fight to see him and Keith go at it. He does it because like Sean Porter was also calling him overrated on his podcast. So I mean, some people are saying that he could be overrated or maybe he's not at the level a lot of people think he's at. But
I'm not hating. I just saw signs of Berlanga where like he was way out of range and he would just throw a wide hook.
Right.
And his whole back is exposed to the other guy. And like you can do that against these lower tier fighters.
Yeah.
But if you were challenging Crawford and Spence, like he has a lot of tools in his toolbox, but you're gonna need all the tools in your toolbox if you're gonna want to beat one of those two and be pound for pound. He needs a little bit better head movement, better footwork, and just understand the defensive responsibility of it. Like just keep your hands up, don't let your chin up, and use your footwork to get closer.
Okay, Coach Paul. Let me know, Coach Paul. Get me right.
Coach Paul.
Hey, I'm gonna be in that corner, bro. I tell you how it is. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Like we down 8 rounds. You gotta knock him out.
Knock his ass out. You actually up by 2. He tell you, hey, bro, you're down 6. Knock him out.
Yeah, bro. And I heard they paid off one of the refs.
Oh man, do not let that shit go to split. Nigga probably have you break your knuckles trying to get a 11th round, 12th round knockout and shit.
Well, given the breakdown, given everything y'all have heard, Kev, I don't know if you already split on your pick here, but hearing everything, I'll let you pick first. Who do you think is winning?
I think Clayton's good. I think he's nice. I think that's good money. That's good money right there. I'm always a fan of good money. But I gotta take Ennis. That boy bad, brass. He gonna talk that shit, man. And what kind of pants you think? You think he's gonna come out with the little fuzzy pants, little bright little fuzzy pants? That boy,
yeah.
Little fuzzy pants.
I be seeing those and I be like, damn, those usually be the dudes that get knocked out. But like, I like him to get this one, man. Shout out that boy. Shout out my boy Boots. I'm gonna find some boots to put on during his fight.
Marcus, you want to go second, or you want to go last? You want to save yours for last?
Nah, man, I'll go ahead and go out there, man. I think Boots is gonna get him out of there. I think he's gonna get the knockout. And it was a 10-round fight, or is it 12 round?
12 round.
Okay, it's a 12. I like him to get the TKO and from like the 7 to 9 range, like maybe the middle to late rounds.
The mid-late, okay. I tend to always lean the dogs in our fights. I feel like in boxing, like I'll find a tape and I'll be like, "Damn, this dog! I got a feisty dog in my hand." But I think this is almost like a mirror fight. Boots is looking at who he could be if he stays one-dimensional.
All right.
So hopefully Boots comes out and he showcases what I already said, and I think he will. And I expect a knockout too as well. I think both of these are going to be heavy hitters. I do think this might be an exciting fight. You're going to see some hard. I think both sides are going to land some hard punches, and I expect the Boots to land a harder punch, given that he is like 7 years younger or something. He is a little bit younger than the other cat.
Hey, you think gas tank's going to play an issue?
I don't think Gas Tank will. I think it's gonna be more of Clayton. I think that's how I see it. I see Clayton getting clipped early round, not going down, but like losing his balance, losing his legs underneath him, and then he probably tries to fight a different fight, and then Ennis probably ends up walking him down for the next few rounds. I think Clayton can catch a few counters. Because Ennis does have sloppy technique, I think. Like he doesn't have the best technique for the division. He relies a lot on athletic gift.
Right, he relies on his ability, but I feel like I want to see Boots come out there and like really break him down, work the body, and like kind of break the dude down and just pick his shots and really make him confused almost, and like make him like flustered. And I feel like that's when it's going to lead to a TKO once the guy starts getting off his rhythm, getting off his game plan. But I just want to see a good performance by Boots, man, just so he can put the 147 division on notice, maybe give him another bigger fight like a Keith Thurman or another former world champ. Or I wish Sean Porter would come out of retirement, come fight him, but we got to see what happens next for him.
Well, since y'all picked rounds and everything, I'm gonna say the 5 to 7 range. It's gonna be an early to mid knockout TKO Ennis, but I do think from rounds 1 through 4, though, Clayton's gonna be throwing some bombs back, and it's gonna be some great shots. It's gonna.
I think this might steal. Statement.
Yeah, this might be the fight that steals the main. Like, if it wasn't Charlo Castano, from what I saw the first time, where that was a fucking war, I would say this would probably be the best fight tonight.
Facts. Hopefully it's a statement performance, man.
He needs it if he wants to beat, like I said, Spence and Crawford, like he says he wants to.
If he wants to put that 147 on notice, you got to come out big, and because those belts are occupied right now. What Spence got 3 of them.
I don't know who
Bud got the other.
But
So,
hey,
I mean,
I want to see him beat him as if I was watching Crawford out there fight right now. Like if like that, you're supposed to be in that conversation. Let's see it right now.
Exactly.
Let's see. And then can't forget about our main event here. Who wants to introduce the dogs today?
Ooh, let the dogs go. Ooh. Hey, man, you already know, man. We got that boy Charlo versus Castellano. Not the uno, but dos. You feel me? Them boys had to run it back after a controversial split decision. And we're going to run into our boxing guru. Did you watch the first fight live, Marcus?
I did, man.
What was your card looking like?
What's your notebook looking like? I know you were scoring.
And that one actually might be my original notebook. I would have to find that one. But me watching it live, I had it Castano winning. It was a close fight, man. Like you could have argued the other way. I just thought Castano did a little bit more with his punches, and he kept Charlo backed up on the ropes. He was able to push Charlo to the ropes whenever almost he wanted to, and he hurt Charlo. I forget exactly which round it was, but he ended up hurting Charlo. Charlo did get him back, ended up hurting him in the later rounds. I think Charlo started to kind of come back alive in the later rounds, and he was able to push Castano back, towards the center of the ring, and I thought that's where he was working the best. But I don't know, man. That was a close fight. I thought Castano did enough to definitely win that fight, but they ended up getting a draw, and I don't know, man. What happened?
And I said, yeah, now here we are.
Yeah, man, here we are for the rematch. They pushed it back, actually, because there was rumors. I don't know if that was true or not, but that Castano had to go through a fat camp, and he wasn't really fully ready for it, and they ended up pushing back the fight. So hopefully that wasn't true, and he didn't have to go through no fat camp, because that's always gonna fuck up a fighter. But I don't know. I think it's gonna be a war, man. Charlo was on ESPN talking about he's gonna come out aggressive. He came out talking about he's gonna be the heavy hitter. He's just gonna come out as a dog, man. So we're gonna have to see, man, how this shit turns out.
My question, I'm gonna shoot a question. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna shoot it. But is that his way to victory? You think it's him being an aggressor? Like, it is the smaller fighter. I personally think he should keep his distance. He has a 5-inch reach, use his jab effectively. And I think where he was fucking up the last time was he was being very predictable with his timing. He wasn't using any traps or anything. He was just letting he didn't change anything up, as Castellano was just literally get in there and flurry on the inside and land.
Right.
It looks like a flurry, but it's very technical boxing. He's landing combos literally on almost 2 to the body, 1 to the one up top, and then he'll just dip right back out of there. But that shit, I didn't know anything about the cat, but watching him do that, I was like, damn, is Charlo trying to try to get close and be the aggressor? Is that really how do you think that's his way of winning?
I think he is gonna try to come out and try to get a statement and try to get a knockout. I don't know if that's the keys to winning, because I do think it's gonna be a repeat of the first fight. I do think it's gonna be that back and forth type rock. I think Castano's gonna come out with he's a good combo puncher. He has pop to his hands. He's hurt Charlo. So I think it's gonna be a similar fight to the first one. I would say the first fight probably made Charlo realize he needs to work on his defense maybe a little bit more, maybe be more slicker maybe, and not always be backed up to the ropes, because he was backed up to the ropes real easy in the first fight. So I do think he ended up, but Charlo's a dog, man. He has that, I don't know, that persona. I don't know, man. He's different. So I do feel like when the heat of the moment, I do think he's gonna end up just coming in, throwing heavy shots. I think he's got to try to set up his right hand, and he's gonna end up just throwing bombs. I do think he's gonna try to end up looking for the knockout. I'm still stuck on my prediction, man, for this one.
Kev, anything you want to add on these fighters, or just the fight in general before we go into our picks?
Bro, I definitely love Charlo. Big Charlo Twins fan. I'm not gonna lie to you. I fuck with both of them boys. I like how they kind of be at odds sometimes just because they see other different ways, but they're both working their way to be the top of world class. And there's always gonna be like a little rivalry competition, but it makes them better. But I'm a big Charlo. I think Castellanos a great fighter. First of all, I'm not sleeping on no other good fighters, but Castellanos is great. But I've been watching Charlo since his wars with Tony Harrison, and like that shit. Ever since then, I've been a big supporter. Looking at when you look Tony Harrison in the face, bro, I'm gonna knock his ass out. I was like, damn, that's dangerous. So I fuck with Charlo. I mean, maybe that's me giving away my pick as well. But like, team Charlo all the way, babe. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, no, I think Marcus hit it on good. Like, Charlie's gonna bring that heat, or not Charlie. Charlo's gonna bring that heat. Charlo's gonna bring that heat. The way he's talking, the way he's walking, and everything about it seems very similar to what after how the Tony Harrison rematch. Like after he got that draw, or not after he lost Tony Harrison, he was just like, I'm gonna knock his ass out. And that's what I see with him doing now. I'm gonna knock his ass out. Like I was being more timid last time. I'm gonna unleash full dog this time.
Yeah, he's gonna try to figure out how to make that 10th round happen in the first, second, 4th, 6th, 7th.
Yeah, because I think the first fight, Charlo didn't start off too hot, and I think he didn't come around until like the later rounds.
And I think that had to do with the way Castellano was fighting him, with like he wasn't letting him set his feet and stuff. Like he was just bringing the fight to him and to his face. And Charlo's used to being the bigger, aggressive guy, controlling the fight.
He got dynamite in his hands, man.
Yeah, hey, bro, you hit someone with dynamite and you keep walking forward. You're sometimes like, what the fuck? Like,
I remember when this fight happened, I posted on my Instagram story like that night saying that Charlo lost. When they announced that it was a draw, I remember that shit. I really did thought Charlo lost that, but
a lot of people did. A lot of sane people.
A lot. I remember that was being a big. Wasn't that long ago, actually.
It was crazy if you remember the card, because that judge gave him 117, 111 Charlo. So he was like, what?
Yeah, that one was OD, bro, because like Charlo did not dominate like that, man. What the fuck?
That one, those are the ones where those judges, I feel like have to be accountable. Like,
yeah, that shit doesn't make no sense, bro.
Like even to commissioners, so there should be someone that, like, even if no one agrees, but just like, okay, these two judges are pretty common, pretty even. There's one judge way off skew or something. I feel like that has to be looked at.
Man, I mean, I know UFC has those problems too, but boxing, man, that shit be fucking up the game. But it is what it is. I guess it comes with the territory.
And never forget, the A side picks the judges.
Let them know, Kev.
Fuck them. Fuck the judges.
Well, all right. Well, then let's go into our picks here. Marcus said he split, so I ain't gonna throw it to him. I guess I'll make the first pick. I'm pretty split too, because it's
I got you, man.
Okay, go, Kev. I think I already know who you rocking with.
Hey, we got my dog Jermell Charlo, the future undisputed champion of the motherfucking world, about to go up here and handle business, because he always comes back even stronger for his round two. Ask Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison can really fight. So can he doesn't take people that can fight lightly. He's gonna go in there. As long as he stays cool-headed, sets up his punches, tries to do some setups, changes it up, goes deep into his bag, and like Paul said, and like Marcus said, what's it called? He can really showcase his defense and show that, like, okay, he can hit and I can hit, and he can take punches. I think my dog Charlo got this, man.
Yeah, because like I think if Charlo uses that 5-inch reach, his jab, like uses the jab to probe and keep Castano from like coming in close, and when he does, and like you set up traps to effectively counter punch and everything, like get him at a distance, it does dominate some rounds, and then you could go into the war. But Castellano coming on the inside and the way he likes to fight, he throws a lot of volume. He's just like a fucking gnat that it won't go away. Like, and he'll just keep throwing him, and he'll land like Charlo's I think it was the second round of that last fight where Charlo got wobbled. He didn't go down, but he definitely got wobbled on them ropes. And he needs to use that footwork to circle out of the ropes, get back into the center, and just I want to lean Charlo just because now that you told me the old boy was having a fat camp, it's like giving me Andy Ruiz vibes. And I'm like, everyone knows how Andy Ruiz came out in the rematch. Give me Charlo, give me by knockout. I expect him to get a nice 12-rounder, nice 8th round to 10th round knockout.
I like the 9th round knockout.
All right. Yeah. Marcus, send us home.
All right, man. Well, all right. Well, I feel like Castano could pull this one out. I do think he definitely has a big chance to pull it out. I do think like if he can replicate the first fight almost and like kind of come out in the similar game plan and like have that same energy and really get Charlo fits, I think he'd be straight and I think he could win it. But I do think Charlo went to the lab. I do think he went and worked his defense. I do think he's working with, you got Errol Spence in his camp. He got his brother in camp. Like, I think he went back to work like he did with the Tony Harrison fight. I think he's going to come back and redeem himself. Even though it wasn't a loss, he's treating it like as if he lost.
Shit,
and I feel like, yeah. He lost. But I do think he's going to come out here. He needs to set up his right hand, work the jab, set up that right hand, keep him in the center of the ring. Don't get pushed back to the ropes as much and really just try to set up those power shots and not let the fight get in his head as much. So I feel like he needs to stick to his game plan, listen to his coach, and really like work his shots because if he goes off rails, you never know. Castano could catch him with a shot and then it's over once you get wobbled from there. But I'm gonna roll with Charlo just because I do think he's gonna redeem himself. Add to his little legacy at 154. He owns that division right now, so I think he's gonna come out with both the belts. So I'm going with Charlo by probably. I say TKO in the 11th.
Okay, so we got a 9th. Kev says 9th. You say 11th. I'll pick a number. I'm gonna say. Who do I do? 10 or 8? I'm gonna say 8th. I'm gonna say he gets him out right before
watch Castano knock him out in the 2nd round.
Bro, this was the cold take show.
Get your shots ready.
Yeah. No, but I mean I'm gonna have a little fun before we head out. We covered the boxing, so why not have a little fun? A year and a half from now, 2 years from now, or let's say a year and a half from now, at 154, if Charlo and Boots was to go at it.
Charlo and Boots?
Yeah. The way they're progressing.
I probably would want to see a little bit more out of Boots, but I would truly probably say Boots could win that fight. I do think Charlo is one of the most exciting fighters in boxing right now. I think he has that put to sleep power, but Boots projection right now, I would probably rock with Boots, man. Unfortunately, the fight that everyone would want to see too would be Boots versus like Crawford or Boots versus Spence. But honestly, we might not even see those because I don't know. I feel like if Crawford and Spence fight, they're gonna want a rematch right after.
Yeah, it gets a little. It starts.
It's gonna get messy. So hopefully Boots can either maybe even move up or just hopefully get his hands on a belt, man. But that would be crazy if he fought Charlo.
I'm not just because when I was watching the footage of each other box, I was like, they're very similar in the way they use their athletic ability to like just an overwhelming presence, and then they'll use that jab well and they can counter punch. But that's the only reason why I brought it up. And the weight class is so close. Like maybe inevitably they might Like if whoever's champ at a certain time, someone wants a belt, things happen.
Facts. I think Spence and Crawford are both moving up to 154 soon.
Shit, they got them shaking in their boots.
Yeah.
Kev, I know you don't like hypotheticals, but would you have to take a pick on this one?
I mean, it depends on the progression of Boots and if Charlo starts to decline. If Charlo continues to be like the power puncher he is and continues to grind, I don't really know his age. I think he's like 31 maybe.
I can find out in a second.
So if Charlo doesn't begin to decline or anything like that, I like him to take it. But like if Boots continues to grow and becomes a spectacular fighter and gets rid of those little things to get him wrong, maybe takes the loss, maybe takes a closer draw, I definitely think Boots can definitely eventually get to that mountaintop, get to the mountaintop and overtake him. But like, it's a hungry division right there, man. They got a couple of hitters in there. You got a lot of people to go through. I think it's bigger than Boots versus Charlo. I think it's who the fuck's gonna be standing in the mountaintop 2.5 years from now. That's a tough division.
Oh, so his birthday is the 19th of this month. So it is also kind of a birthday fight. So he'd be 32 on the 19th. Now a good take. I think I agree. Same thing because of those. If Boots comes out and he works on the things I say he works on, shit, but the sky's the limit for old boy. But if he comes out and looks like the same counter puncher that just wants to be this overwhelmed presence and not really worked on much else, that can only take you so far. But I think it's more of the first, just because the way everyone talks about him and just everything I've seen, he looks like he. I mean, no one else, like you said, Kev. How many fights do you have in like the span of 5-6 years? Like, who else is that hungry to get in the ring?
That boy's ready, man. But we'll see.
All right,
let's see.
We all brought in Charlo for the weekend, and Kev, wrap us up.
Hey, Marcus, man, let me know, man. Break us down for the coaching.
Oh yeah, Sauce Mark.
All right, y'all boys, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. See y'all next time on the recap video. You know what it is, man.
Bitch. Hey, we appreciate Marcus for coming through, man. My boy had to leave the lightning gate to come through for the episode.
Hey, man, we ended up winning, man. It's all good. We ended up forced to game 7.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, shout out to Lighting, man. Shout out that boy. That's dedication. We appreciate you, man. But this is totally blitz, yo. Yeah.
Problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Cause my gang got tools. You can call them